Okay, so your friend is living there, and then so where were you? You came to live in Berlin,
Hmm.
and we were talking about. Okay, so you don't know any people when you get here,
No.
and so what was your first like technique for meeting people?
Um, yeah, so like I did a thing where I would just like I just went out to bars and said hello to people.
Okay.
And like it kind of works. Like you have some fun nights where you just go out, and I would just go to a bar and find some people somewhere and say, "Hey, do you mind if a random Australian talks to you for a while?" And
Ah, the old random Australian
yeah, right.
talk to you line. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I've
and it's
used this
just
once or twice. I can't pull off
and
the accent though, but yeah.
neither can I. Um, I was talking to these girls. It was when I went to Hungary. I was talking to these girls in Schurfuk, which is like this town on the lake that's in Hungary. Um, and I was talking to them. I said, "Hey, yeah, I'm from Australia." Blah 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 blah. And there's a friend of mine who was there. She's from Austria,
Hmm.
and they were talking to each other. These two Germans, and my Austrian friend heard them speaking in German, so she
Hmm.
told me what they said. And they were saying he can't be Australian. He's not Australian. He's got to be Norwegian or something.
Okay,
Um, so yeah,
because
apparently
of your accent.
I'm not sure. I think it was the paleness,
Yeah.
the
Ah,
deathly
okay,
pallor. I think
okay,
is what it
okay,
was.
okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it was because I was paler than this as well. I hadn't seen a summer for a while. So yeah,
Okay. So when you say you go up to people, are
yeah.
do you actually mean people or do you mean girls?
I found girls are just more receptive
Hmm.
to talking to you. Like even if you just want to talk, it's just almost always better to just talk to girls because they're more open to talking to you.
Uh,
Um,
to you.
or to people. I mean, I can only speak for my experience.
Yeah. Well,
But
we got
it's
the
it
whole.
seems like in my experience, if you go up to like say you go up to 100 guys in bars and you say hi, do you want to chat or something like that,
Yeah.
the guys will mostly just not want to talk.
Right.
But if you go to girls and they're like, you'll find more of the girls want to talk to you,
Yeah.
or I find more of the girls want to talk to me.
This is this is not the case for me.
Oh,
Every time I go out, it's always guys that come up to me.
right, yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe
Mm,
maybe I give off um, a feminine energy, or I because I don't. I mean, I am an open person, but I don't think
mm,
this really shows when I'm out.
yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's always guys that talk to me. I don't know what's up with the girls though, but
Mm,
I this interesting phenomenon for you that the girls are more open to you, and
yeah, right. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's uh, I can speculate.
mm,
The manner in which I'm approaching people um, is something like the way I approach and say like, hey, if I go to someone and say, hey, I don't know anyone, but I'm a tourist and I want to meet people. I usually just front load it with like the awkwardness of the situation. I will say like, hey, I don't know anyone, want to talk. Like that kind of thing is usually what I'll just front load the conversation with
mm-hmm.
as a way of getting around the awkwardness of just approaching someone.
Okay.
Um, so like, I don't know if that's something that women are more receptive to than men are.
Mm,
I don't know.
mm. I don't
Mm.
know. Maybe or you got the fresh haircut too. This helps, right?
Yeah, I guess I don't
Yeah.
always have the fresh haircut. It varies a lot. Sometimes I'll go like 2 months without getting it cut, and it
Yeah.
just you know
Okay.
grows out.
Yeah. None of
Um,
this works for none of I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if I. But you know what though? It's maybe because you actually approach them because I maybe it's that I don't approach
yeah,
women too much
it's
when I'm out.
yeah, right. So what's the? Is there a reason for that? Is the thing you don't want to do, or a thing you
I'm
like? What's the?
shy. I'm shy. This is
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that because like I get it too.
yeah.
Sometimes. it's difficult, right? Because like I feel rude going up and approaching someone sometimes. It's like, well, they're out having a night, they've got their friends, and like, why should I interrupt them?
Right.
Um, yeah, it's the th- yeah, it's difficult to get around that. It's like the thing is, I guess, like um, if you're, I mean, if you're talking to them good intentions, you're not being predatory, and if you're willing to accept if they say they don't want to talk, and if
Okay.
you're like, and like they're in a public, like they've gone to a bar, people meet in bars.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
So okay. So what happens when people? I mean, I'm assuming some people do say that they don't want to talk sometimes, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Or
yeah.
oh, I'm
Well,
waiting for my friends. I'm sorry, or we're having a private conversation.
yeah, I would say sorry to bother you. Have a good night. I would just move on, and not think more of it.
Yeah.
Um, like I figure like that's kind of the worst thing that will happen, right?
Right. Right.
But yeah.
It's interesting. You just reminded me. I was out like maybe a week or two ago, and there was a guy there that I'm like 99% sure was like a pickup artist,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like or a pickup artist in training,
Oh yes.
and
What?
huh?
No, go on, go on. I've seen these. I haven't seen them in Europe, but I've seen them in Melbourne.
Well,
But yeah.
there's definitely like there's like a dude who has like a YouTube channel or something
Hmm.
that's in Alexander Platz.
Oh,
Yeah, Platz, and well, I'm never over there really, but I've never seen him in person. But I think I've seen the videos. But this guy was definitely like I can't say definitely, but he was.
hmm.
I'm like 99% sure that he was like a pickup artist, and the reason why is because he was kind of over the top with everything he was doing, and
Yeah.
it was like the same thing that he was doing. Like he was out on the dance floor, and then
Hmm.
he had like a beer or something, right? So he would
Hmm.
hold to all the guys that were standing around, including me. He'd hold the beer up to like get you to clink your drink with his, you know what I mean? And
Right.
then like yeah, like the music, the
Hmm.
music is really good, and he's all into it, and he's clinking. He's like the life of the party guy. So he's going
Yep.
around, and I'm like dancing in the same. It's like a little spot anyway, but like
Hmm.
I'm dancing in the same spot, and it was kind of relatively early in the night for Berlin,
Right.
so like
Oh,
two something like in the morning. So it wasn't like
yep.
super crowded yet or whatever.
Hmm.
And then just as new people came up, he was like doing the same exact thing to everyone that was like coming. And then he
Yep.
would like kind of go up to a girl, and then he'd do some like hand motion like yeah, the song is good, and
Yep.
then he'd reach out, grab their hands, and then he immediately like pull them in and
Hmm.
like dance with them really close, and like
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
guess to see if they would respond or whatever, and like you know what I mean. But he just was doing the same exact.
Right. It's mechanical, right? It's
Yeah, yeah,
he's yeah, yeah. Yeah, that definitely sounds pickup artisty. That kind of like just find a formula and repeat it until you get results thing
yeah.
is very
But I think the
very much.
basis of all this is what's the worst that can happen.
Yeah, I guess so. The thing that bothers me a bit about this pickup artist stuff is like it feels like it feels like